5 air fryer brands, including Philips, the company that literally invented the category, are charging you a premium for products that underdeliver, catch fire, or both, and 5 brands keep getting crowned by independent lab testers as the best values on the market. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which ones to walk away from and which ones deserve your money. First, some context on how big this market actually is. Air fryer ownership in the US climbed 27 percentage points between 2020 and 2024, according to Conagra Brands data, which puts current household penetration somewhere around 60 to 67%. Most of you watching this already own one. North America accounts for roughly 37 to 39% of a global market now, valued at over $1 billion, and that number keeps climbing at about 5 to 8% per year, depending on which research firm you ask. Worth knowing, air fryers are essentially convection ovens with a high-powered fan and a compact cooking chamber. The technology isn't revolutionary, which is exactly why paying a premium for a logo rarely makes sense. What all of that means is simple. Companies know you're buying, and some of them are taking advantage of that. Here are the 5 brands robbing you blind. 5 air fryer brands, including Philips, the company that literally invented the category, are charging you a premium for products that underdeliver, catch fire, or both, and 5 brands keep getting crowned by independent lab testers as the best values on the market. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which ones to walk away from and which ones deserve your money. Philips sits at number 1, and they earned that spot the old-fashioned way, by inventing the category and then overcharging for it ever since. Their engineer Fred van der Waay patented rapid air technology back in 2010 and launched the first consumer air fryer, which still gives Philips the largest single global value share at roughly 15%. But here's the thing. A 5.5-quart Ninja runs about $120, while a similar capacity Philips runs about $250. Their 4000 series dual stack lists at around $360, and TechRadar described it as one of the most expensive air fryers on the market, adding that the cooking performance doesn't blow away more affordable models. Consumer complaints point to low usable capacity and non-stick coating that peels off easily. You're paying double for a logo, not for better chicken wings. Number 2 is the Emeril Lagasse and PowerXL family, which includes TriStar products and Empower brands. These are infomercial-driven products, and they carry serious problems that go well beyond the price tag. A class action against the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer alleges defective design, citing improper air circulation, a poorly designed drip tray, and no auto shutoff, all of which can lead to overheating and fires. That complaint specifically alleges consumers overpaid and were robbed of the represented value of their purchases. On top of that, Empower brands recalled roughly 319,000 PowerXL dual-basket air fryers in December of 2023 after 41 reports of the product breaking during use, including 3 burn injuries. Celebrity branding paired with active fire litigation is not a combination you want sitting on your kitchen counter. Number 3 is Cosori, but only the recalled models. I want to be very clear about this because current Cosori products are genuinely strong, and they'll appear on the good list later. What landed them here is that in February of 2023, the company recalled about 2 million units in the US alone after 205 reports of fires, burning, melting, overheating, and smoking, which included 10 burn injuries and 23 cases of property damage. Closed-end crimp connectors that could overheat caused the defect, and the recalled units sold between 2018 and 2022 for $70 to $130. Anyone buying used or clearance Cosori stock right now needs to check the recall list before plugging anything in. Number 4 is Insignia, Best Buy's house brand, and the safety record here tells you everything. 2 recalls in 2 years. Roughly 635,000 units pulled in April of 2022 after 68 reports of fires, burns, and melting, including a burn to a child's leg, and then another 187,400 units recalled in March of 2024 after 24 more reports of overheating, melting, and glass shattering, with 6 fires among them. A bargain price means nothing when the product has a documented pattern of catching fire. Rounding out the avoid list at number 5 are Gourmia and GoWISE. These ultra-budget brands look like steals until you measure what you're actually getting. Consumer Reports found that a Gourmia claiming 6 quarts measured just 4.3 quarts in testing, and a GoWISE claiming 5.8 quarts came in at 4.9. That capacity overstatement pattern runs across the whole industry too. Consumer Reports measured a Tefal Easy Fry XXL, that's the Group Say B brand, also sold as Tefal in Europe, that claimed 5.9 quarts at only 3.9, and an Instant Vortex Plus advertising 4 quarts that delivered just 3. The UK's Which found that true usable capacity typically falls between 60 and 80% of whatever the box says. So mentally shave about 20 to 40% off any capacity claim when you're shopping. If this breakdown is saving you money, tap that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now let's talk about the 5 brands that are actually worth every penny. Topping the list is the Instant Vortex Plus 6 quart, which America's Test Kitchen named their overall winner as of January 2026. Their testers called it the first model they'd tested that actually delivers on the promise of extra-large capacity, fitting 4 chicken cutlets or 2 full bags of frozen fries, even a whole 4-pound chicken. It runs 1,500 watts, which is the sweet spot for efficient cooking without overtaxing a standard kitchen outlet. Retail price at the time of testing sat at $119.95, but this thing regularly drops to $60 on Black Friday. One thing you should know, parent company Instant Brands filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy in June of 2023, carrying roughly $512 million in funded debt, then sold to Centerlane Partners and re-emerged as Corel Brands in February of 2024. The brand survived, the product still wins every head-to-head comparison, and the price makes everything else on the shelf look overpriced. Number 2 goes to Cosori's current lineup, the post-recall models that represent the best mid-range value available right now. The Cosori Lite earned a Consumer Reports pick and ships with a 2-year warranty, which is a full year longer than most competitors offer. Their Turbo Blaze launched in October of 2023, marketing itself as cooking 46% faster, and the PFAS-free Iconic picked up Tom's Guide's Best PFAS-free designation. It uses a ceramic coating instead of traditional PTFE nonstick surfaces, which is worth knowing if you're trying to avoid those chemicals entirely. Across nearly 34,000 Amazon reviews, the Cosori Premium Plus holds a 4.7-star average, and these units generally run about $40 less than an equivalent Ninja with matching features. One note from Consumer Reports: they found the Dual Blaze ran hot, measuring 363 degrees when set to 350, which is worth keeping in mind when you're cooking. At number 3 is the Dash Tasti-Crisp, which Consumer Reports called the highest-rated air fryer they've tested. That's a bold claim for a compact 2.4-quart model that weighs just 6 pounds and takes up less than a square foot of counter space. It dominates in noise, controls, and cleaning, making it the obvious pick for singles, couples, or anyone working with a small kitchen. Number 4 is Chefman, a brand that flies under the radar but keeps showing up in the right places. Their RJ38-2T earned a Consumer Reports pick with excellent scores in noise and cleaning, straightforward controls, and a dishwasher-safe basket. Across more than 22,000 Amazon reviews, the Chefman digital air fryer holds a 4.3-star average. No celebrity endorsement, no flashy marketing, just a reliable appliance at a fair price. Closing out the list at number 5 is Ninja, but with one major condition: buy it on sale. Ninja dominates the US market like no other brand, with SharkNinja reporting nearly $5.53 billion in net sales for fiscal year 2024, and their US air fryer share climbing from 15% in 2020 to 33% in 2023. Tom's Guide named the Ninja Air Fryer Pro 4-in-1 their best overall pick, and the performance backs that up. What keeps Ninja from ranking higher is the price at full retail, where you're paying for brand recognition on top of engineering. Wait for a sale when their top models regularly drop to around $60 on Black Friday, and that brand premium disappears entirely. A quick word on Breville. With roughly 13% global market share, they're a legitimate player, and their smart oven air fryer gets strong marks from testers. They didn't make either list because their pricing is closer to Philips territory. You're generally spending $250 and up, and independent testing hasn't shown a performance gap that justifies the cost over a $100 Instant or Cosori. If you already own one, keep it. If you're shopping new, the value math doesn't work in their favor. Here's where this all comes together. US PIRG counted at least 6 major air fryer recalls in the last 2 years, covering nearly 3.2 million appliances. That number alone should change how you shop. Check the CPSC recall list before buying anything used or discounted, especially Cosori units from 2018 to 2022, any Insignia model, and the PowerXL dual basket. Discount every capacity claim by 20 to 40%. And remember this, Consumer Reports and America's Test Kitchen, the 2 most trusted independent testing labs in the country, keep picking sub-$120 models as their overall winners. Paying more doesn't get you a better air fryer. It just gets you a more expensive one. If this video kept you from wasting money, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me which air fryer you own and whether you'd actually recommend it. I'll catch you in the next one.